Hi there, I'm Robin Altman, here to bring you another Radiate Insight. And today I want to talk to you about our intelligence and how it can trip us up. And just before I begin, if you like this video, I'd love you to join the Radiate community for more of my blogs and shares by subscribing to this very YouTube channel or by sending me an email to robin@radiatecoaching.com with the subject line, please subscribe me, or by heading to my website and subscribing at www.radiatepassionandpurpose.com. So about our intelligence. Benjamin and Rosamund Zander begin their book, The Art of Possibility, with one of my favorite stories. In the late 1800s, a North American shoe manufacturer sends 2 marketing scouts to a remote region of Africa to study prospects for expanding business. One sends back a telegram saying, "Situation hopeless, stop, no one wears shoes." And the other writes back triumphantly, "Glorious business opportunity, stop, they have no shoes." In this story, there's an assumption that only people who already buy shoes would have an interest in purchasing shoes, but the other person makes a different assumption, right? If people aren't wearing shoes, maybe this is a solution that can possibly change their lives for the better. Which begs the question, what assumptions do you think that you're making about your career and life, and are they serving you? Since 2009, I've worked with hundreds of executives, entrepreneurs, and leaders of all ages, stages, and backgrounds, as well as professional coaches in training. And one thing is for sure about each and every one, and I'm going to include myself in the mix too. No matter how much a person has accomplished, no matter how much success they might have had, no matter how experienced, how intelligent they may see themselves to be, each and every one of us has an inner critic, that negative voice in our head that can yammer away, criticizing and chastising us throughout the day. It's kind of like a negative loop of dialogue that plays in the background. And this inner critic can be so insidious that we don't even know it's our inner critic. We just think that we're thinking the truth. In coaching, we work a lot with this concept of the inner critic. And what we know is that this is a natural human function that we all have. But oftentimes, this inner critic isn't telling the truth as much as it's trying to just keep us safe from perceived danger that may or may not exist. And often, it doesn't exist, only it plays in our heads as if it does. And who gets tripped up by this the most? Surprisingly, it's people who see themselves as smart. When smart people see themselves as smart, they're confident about their own intelligence. So when they think a thought, whether negative or positive, they usually don't question it. They figure that if they think it, it must be fact. But what about the limitations that we set for ourselves when we're so sure, or when things are so absolute in our minds? Some of us are so smart that we talk ourselves out of great opportunities, only to find later on when the less smart person, so to speak, took the risk and succeeded. Has this ever happened to you? We talk ourselves out of some things because we spend our time intellectualizing them. Here are some limiting thoughts that may come up when we're thinking about our next chapter in our career or in our life. See if any of them sound familiar to you. I don't have a university degree or the experience. I haven't done this before, or I've already failed at this before. I haven't seen anyone do it this way, or I'm not as good as so-and-so. My family will never approve or support me, or support this, or they'll think it's too risky. I'm not good enough or smart enough, or I don't have what it takes. I'm scared of the unknown. What possibilities and opportunities are you shutting down before you're even able to play devil's advocate on some of these statements, or research their validity, or think through a solution? If you are open to the possibility that there's always more to learn or know, then you're more apt to continue questioning and exploring until you have a breakthrough that moves you forward. What I'm inviting you to do is to get out of your own way. Give yourself permission to explore and learn and discover something new on the path to your dreams, whether they be professional or personal or both. One of my favorite quotes is from a prominent thought leader in this area who says, "In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few." This is a quote by Shunryu Suzuki Roshi, who coined the term beginner's mind or Zen mind. He's the renowned founder of the San Francisco Zen Center, which is the first Zen Buddhist monastery outside Asia, and which, along with its affiliate temples, comprises one of the most influential Zen organizations in the US. A book of his teachings, Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, is one of the most popular books on Zen and Buddhism in the West. Shunryu Suzuki Roshi explained that Zen mind, or beginner's mind, is the foundation upon which Zen Buddhist philosophy is built. He urges us to cultivate beginner's mind in order to rediscover the mind that is full of potential, fully free and untraveled. So, for example, if you have a new job, you should assume that you have no idea how to do it. Why should you know anything? Zen Buddhism urges you to take your worst fears, your most outlandish hopes and expectations, to develop a relationship with reality, which is that we really don't know anything. But rather than escape this not knowing, we cultivate it. And truly, this is how we expand and thrive. So, as you think about your own future, ask yourself what biases you have. Ask yourself what your inner critic is saying to you, and then adopt beginner's mind to chart your path forward. For those of you who'd like to take this further, I'm going to put a link below to a webinar that I recorded about the inner critic. You'll learn more about what the inner critic is, its origins, as well as 3 important insights that can help you get unstuck and moving towards your goal. In the meantime, I'd like to end off with another quote by Socrates, who says, "I know that I am intelligent because I know that I know nothing." Use beginner's mind or Zen mind to reflect on your future career and life and begin living into all the possibilities and potential that are innately right in front of you. So what do you think about using beginner's mind or Zen mind to think through your future? Is there an area in your life where this comes naturally to you? I'd love to hear your thoughts around this, and I encourage you to add to the conversation by adding your comment below or sending me an email at robin@radiatecoaching.com. I promise to respond to you personally if you do. Feel free to share this video with any friend, colleague, or other connection you may have that might find this useful. And in the meantime, get connected to who you are when you're at your best, and you will radiate from the inside out. Thank you so much for stopping by. I look forward to seeing you next time, and bye for now.